Patriots are in Minnesota, joint practices with the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings were a playoff team last year. The Patriots weren't. Lots of connections, familiar connections. Kevin O'Connell, drafted by the Patriots. Brian Flores, a scout with the Patriots, was a coach with the Patriots. A lot of connections.
Stephon Diggs going back to Minnesota.
Stephon Diggs, the Minnesota Miracle. Okay, lots of good feelings. But, Paul, you said something before the break.
Uh-oh.
And you are on the right track. You can just keep going. You talk about Kyle Duggar signing a contract with the Patriots before Vrabel got here, and they're not quite happy with the way Duggar is playing right now. Michael Winu, I don't think they're very happy with Michael Winu, signed a big contract. You could go to Cole Strange. It's not like Elliott Wolf drafted Cole Strange, but that's a Bill Belichick draftee. You haven't heard a lot about Cole Strange.
Yep.
Godshaw, gone. Cardona, gone. David Andrews, great leader for this team, gone.
Juwan Bentley,
captain for this team, gone. I don't know if are they going to keep Ramondre Stevenson? I don't know. It's clear to me, Mike Vrabel, let me just say it. Let me just make it plain. Mike Vrabel doesn't like the roster.
He certainly didn't like the roster he inherited. Let's put it that way.
Vrabel doesn't like the roster. And so the roster he inherited, he couldn't get rid of everything. Right. I think he likes clearly all of the signings that he made and all the draft picks that they made. I think he likes those. But think about signings and draft picks versus who was here last year. You can't turn the whole thing over.
And I do think he's done a nice job of, giving an infusion of talent that they didn't have. And the line I keep saying over and over again is they brought in a handful of guys, call it a half dozen, 8 guys, whatever it's going to end up being, that are going to start in place of players that they're better than. You can go, Milton Williams, God job. Milton Williams is a better player.
Right, better player.
Better all-around player. And maybe he's not as good a run stopper as
but
better,
clearly,
better all-around player.
More impact player.
Carlton Davis.
And the league agrees.
Carlton Davis, better than Jonathan Jones.
Yes.
Robert Spillane is probably better than Juwan Bentley.
That one's stylistic to me.
I was gonna say,
totally stylistic.
For what they want to do, he's better.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure on that one.
This might be a me thing on Spillane. I kind of like the way that Mike Vrabel wants to play defense. I like attacking. I like trying to force mistakes, getting after the passer as opposed. And it's going to sound silly, I know. For 20 years we did 2-gapping and read and react, and reading keys, and won all kinds of championships doing it. I prefer this style, and I prefer the style of linebacker that Spillane is to what Bentley was.
I would say for the most part, this is what the Patriots did. This is the anti-Bill defense, except for 1 year, and the guy didn't get any credit for it. I just mentioned Brian Flores. So the year 2017, they lose the Super Bowl. They don't play Malcolm Butler, the whole thing. We got it. But that is Matt Patricia. Matt Patricia coordinating that defense. He leaves after the Super Bowl, goes to Detroit.
I know where you're going with this, and
Brian Flores takes over. They become much more of an attacking, aggressive defense. And I think that's the outlier from the Bill Belichick years. They never played like that before. I think the Brian Flores year is probably stands alone as far as schematically what they were trying to do and just the aggressiveness. And look, you're still working for Bill, so it wasn't the full Flores package.
They didn't change the personnel.
Yeah, but he was still, bringing the aggressiveness.
Was that the year that they started doing the amoeba defense?
No, I think they had done that.
Okay.
I think they had done that early.
That goes back a long way.
Yeah, they would remember that game in Buffalo. I was going to say,
my boy Drew.
Yeah, Drew was like, "Wait a minute." Hold on.
There's nobody down. What's going on here?
Who do I account for? Who's the mic? What's going on? I think Vrabel has so much work to do with the defense, and I've alluded to this, and not just the defense. He's got so much work to do with the roster. That's why I disagree with you all. Who you keep saying, oh, they could turn it around. Yeah, they could turn it around. But damn it, they got so much work to do to turn it around to get to 9 or 10.
Oh, okay. I didn't know exactly what you were talking about. I agree. I disagree with you. I was like, who are you calling new people? What do we do?
We had a whole debate yesterday with Felger and Murray. And Felger is saying, wait a minute, what are you talking about? Teams go from bad to good all the time. And he had examples of teams over the years that have turned it around. And so why can't the Patriots be that team? And I'm saying the Patriots probably are coming from a deeper place than most teams. But I understand. It's not impossible. But here's my problem. With people like Andrew Callahan, I've mentioned this.
Poor
and James, I'm gonna pay off the sound. James, last night I almost jumped out of my chair and through the camera, not through the camera, but I was gonna do that too. Going through the camera when I heard Andrew Callahan say this about Mike Vrabel last night.
Michael Holley saying that maybe we're overrating the impact that Mike Vrabel can have on this team.
That's right. That's not even a heat check. Damn it, that's not even a heat check, Gasper. You tell me, Callahan, is that a heat check or is that just facts? Is that facts?
I don't agree with you. I think Mike Vrabel did more with less, better than any coach in the NFL when he was a head coach in Tennessee, because he had the second highest winning percentage. Listen to me. Second highest winning percentage as an underdog of any coach in the league from 2018 to 2023. That's doing more with less. The problem was he had nothing, not less, not little. He had nothing at the end. It was him and Derrick Henry looking at no quarterback, no receivers, an old bad offensive line, and a defense that was like, okay, we'll spot you 23 at the start, and hopefully we can score more than that. That's what they had. So this is a good coach who's going to fix their clock management. He's brought in better assistants. He's got everything going better than Gerard Mayo did at the peak of his powers, and that is going to make this football team much better in addition to everything else they've got going on for them.
Okay. I told Callahan last night, you're the problem. I said, Callahan, you're the problem. You're the problem because now you expect, it's like that old Saturday Night Live skit. Who would you take, George Halas or Ditka? Ditka. Who would you take, Bill Walsh or Ditka? And like anybody, the Empire State Building or Ditka. And it was always Ditka.
Yeah.
Like, stop. He can't cover every weakness, can he?
So this is a couple of things, and I think your larger point is expectations for this current Patriots team. But I mean, I would take great exception to his characterization of Vrabel's tenure in Tennessee.
Thank you.
Now, first of all, you pointed out in the email chain of what Vrabel actually inherited was a 9-7 playoff team, and went 9-7 with it. When he first got there, he tried to stick with they signed Dion Lewis from the Patriots. They tried to stick with him as the lead back, and it wasn't until they turned it over to arguably the greatest running back of our generation in Derrick Henry,
Rob Gronkowski at running back.
Okay, that they turned into from a sort of a pedestrian playoff team to a threat to go to the they went to the AFC Championship game, the following year. Ryan Tannehill had a couple of really good years. Ryan Tannehill, by the way, his skill set is eerily similar to a quarterback that you guys are pretty familiar with. A very athletic guy who can make throws, move around.
Nobody wants to hear that, Paul.
No, I know, because it didn't work out.
Yeah.
So here's what I would say about the whole expectation thing. I'm not going to litigate the whole Titans roster. I think he had much more to work with than Andrew is sort of leading on. And the reason why he had nothing at the end is because they drafted guys like Isaiah Wilson with first-round picks. I saw a
Treylon Burks.
I saw a chart today that had the top 10 busts of all time, first-round busts. 2 of them were Mike Vrabel draft picks. Treylon Burks was the other one.
But he didn't want Burks though. But he didn't want Burks,
right?
Because
so he was against that
because Burks was the replacement for AJ Brown.
Yeah,
so he didn't want to lose AJ Brown.
I know the narrative too.
But anyway,
wait a minute.
Again, I don't want to relitigate the Titans roster because I think the Titans were pretty good. I think there was a year that they got absolutely decimated by injuries and went 12-5 and were the number 1 seed. That I think Mike Vrabel was the best coach in football. I think it was 21.
21, yeah.
The job that Mike Vrabel did with that particular team was unbelievably good. That team came here with about 20 guys on the COVID list that year, and he found a way to be competitive and win 12 games. That was a tremendous coaching job. So I'm not telling you Mike Vrabel is not a good coach. I think this is a major upgrade at coach for the Patriots.
Yeah, there's no question.
But in terms of the expectations, the whole bad team gets good right away thing, it's a case by case, right? You can go back and look at all the different teams and what the characteristics were. Anecdotally, to me, the number one characteristic for being really bad to really good is quarterback. Houston sucked, drafted C.J. Stroud, and all of a sudden was good. Washington sucked, drafted Jaden Daniels, and all of a sudden was good. The more traditional ascension from bad to good is like what Detroit did. You know, we're 3-13. Yeah. We're going to get competitive. We're going to win, you know, a few more games the next year. We're going to go 9-8. And then all of a sudden it's all going to click in as we get all our talent around our quarterback, and we're going to be better, and we're going to be one of the better teams.
And even
the terrible to really good is quarterback driven. And if Drake May is that guy, the Patriots can be the next one of those teams.
Excellent points. And I would say even with Detroit, Paul, yeah, they inherited the quarterback. They took on the quarterback. That was part of the deal. You know, get Matthew Stafford out of here. Hey, give us some draft picks, and we'll take Jared Goff off your hands. And they developed him.
Right.
Like, you know, Jared Goff had been to a Super Bowl already, but they kind of broke him down to build him back up. So it was the more traditional bad to good story. But still at the center of it was they thought they were getting a throw-in at quarterback, and they wound up with the top 10 quarterback in the process in Jared Goff.